Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You already know we about to react to some videos. So our first video, I'm sending y'all love and light, and thank you for hanging in there with me. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get into the video. So I'm pretty sure you guys have known, I haven't had the time to get around to this, reacting to this video, but it's about the lady Sonya Massey, who was unfortunately taken out by a police officer. So we are going to go ahead and get into the video.
Oh, we heard you. You called us.
Okay.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody outside my house.
Is this your car over here?
Please,
Is this your car over here? Oh. That's not your black car in the driveway? Oh, well, we checked your yard, we walked around the whole block, we didn't see anybody. We don't. We checked the whole area. We all walked around.
I know y'all.
You got catch this?
I don't know where mine is.
You got that stack right there, maybe?
1 second.
Just check on her.
I need this.
We don't need a fire over here.
Right. Let me see. Okay.
Hot? Oh, wait, you're hot steaming the water. Yeah.
Oh, when the name is Jesus.
Huh? That's better. I swear to God, I'll shoot your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up. Fire! Shots fired! Drop the fuck! Bring me a snare, we got a headshot wounded female. Headshot wounded female, 1078. I'm gonna go get my kid. Headshot, dude. You're done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. You good? Alright. Well, I mean, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to face. It already reached us.
Okay, so my initial feeling when I first seen this video is something just wasn't right. To me, it seems like the police officers were kind of familiar with her, and I kind of felt that vibe from her as well. I don't know if they have any past history of like having to come to her house or anything like that, but for her to come out and say that she doesn't want to get hurt and she's called the police, obviously she had some type of fear or something was going on where she feared like they were gonna hurt her. So then they did say they looked around and they didn't see anything. The one officer did say that they seen the vehicle and she wasn't sure of whose vehicle it was that was in the driveway. So you could kind of tell that he was kind of like suspicious and kind of wondering. But then they went in the house, and off the rip, I could tell that they just were narcissists. So I'm sorry. I can see a narcissist when I can smell them miles and miles away. And this is just my honest opinion. He really seemed like he was given the vibe like, you're wasting our time. I'm just doing my job and not really just doing my job. And I don't know if she's had any like mental issues, but that's not even, that shouldn't even be a problem for them, because I feel like police officers should be trained to deal with situations like this, to handle situations like this. And it seems like the more time goes by, the more I see that they aren't. And I personally don't understand it. It's like, how many more tragedies do we have to have? I mean, at this point, I feel like they should go back to the drawing board, whatever training that y'all are giving these police officers obviously isn't it, so y'all need to come up with something else. I mean, they put murderers or suspected murderers or people who've committed a crime through these certain tests. I feel like they should go through these tests as well off the rip, because they are given authority over people's lives. Like, they can really change someone's life within a second, whether that be with the truth or a lie. And that's a very concerning to me, that I can call a police officer for help and end up being in a worse situation because I call the police. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this was one of those situations, and regardless of what was going on with her, they should have continued to do their job and not escalated the situation or made her seem as if she was tripping or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, just because someone has a mental disability, and I'm not even saying that she does, but I'm just saying, just because if someone does doesn't mean that you don't believe them or you don't take them as serious as someone who doesn't. So I just think that's crazy, especially coming from the police. And I really don't have nothing nice to say about it, because it's been too many situations where police officers have taken innocent lives. This has gone on before my mother was alive. So it's like, why is it still going on? I just don't understand that. And in 2024, they're the last people that I would call anyways, because I feel like you're going to cause me more problems than good. But I just feel like they should be made an example of, because I mean, it's clearly on camera. First of all, you didn't have your body camera on, so you was already on BS. Like, that's just how I feel. The way that he was talking, like, well, you called us, you know, like, why? That's like a narcissist response. I don't want to feel like I'm having a conversation with my ex when I call a police officer, or when I call the police. Okay. I want to talk to somebody who can handle the situation, teach me something. But for the officer to be scared of boiling water, come on. Now, do you tell me that these officers don't need more training? You're scared of boiling water. You have a whole gun. And his response was, I didn't want to, the police officer came in after she was shot. First of all, we're going to get further into this. I'm just going to cover the basics, okay? Okay, so, you know, as she was looking for her ID, you could kind of tell that they were kind of giving her the runaround. I don't know. If you know, you know. Like, when a person, you can tell when a person is trying to help you, and then when they're not, like, taking you serious, that doesn't make the situation better at all, you know. So, I could tell that. And then, you know, he told her to get cut the water off. They didn't want any fires or anything like that. So she went over and did that. And then as she was walking towards the sink, he kind of stepped away. And I think she questioned him, like, you know, what's going on? You know, what's wrong? He's like, well, I don't want, you know, to be hit with boiling water. You know, so that's when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And this police officer had the nerve to say, no, you won't. Does he even understand what that means? And he used the F word. He used profanity. I'm not going to even go there. But he says, no, you won't. And then they drew their guns and told her to put the water down. We have boiling water. We're about however many feet away. You have boiling water, and there's two big old men, by the way. That one police officer, he has to be at least 6 feet tall or more. And then 2 men with guns, and it's a police officer. And he said that he was going to shoot her in the face. That's what his response was. No, you won't rebuke me in the name of Jesus. I will shoot you in the face. And they, the police officer fired and shot her in the head, unfortunately. You could see where, she said that she was sorry and she ducked down. But they, they were just so much in danger. If had that little bit of water got on them, they would have, So now here this lady is, she's lost her life after calling the police. Had she not called the police, she would have still been here. And so she called the police and she lost her life. You know what I'm saying? And then, the one officer, he calls in what happened and asks for paramedics. And then he says that he's going to go get his kit. And the police officer says, no need to. It's a headshot. You can go get it if you want, but it's a headshot. That's clear indications. Like, can we get a psychologist to review this? How about we have psychologists interview, or whoever, to interview these people that want to become police officers? Why aren't we doing that by now? We've had enough tragedies where we need to do something different. Because obviously y'all are just hiring people just to hire people. Ain't no background check. It can be. And if you don't have a background, then it has to be some type of psychological test that you can go through that should be able to tell you something. But I just don't feel like, becoming a police officer, the process of becoming a police officer is taken that serious. I don't think it's that serious because police officers are killing people left and right all the time. So, he was just so scared of the boiling water that he had to shoot her in the head, unfortunately, and she lost her life. Me personally, now this is how I feel. From the beginning, I could tell that she knew someone right. I'm very intuitive and I can read energy and things like that. So what I already picked up on the narcissist. I already knew the police officers were up to no good from the jump street. I could just tell. I could feel it, and I feel like she could too. And indication was I don't want to get hurt. You could tell that she was scared. And the police officer was like, "Well, you called us." You know what I'm saying? Okay, but she felt inside something wasn't right. And so, but she proceeded to continue on, and that's one thing that we need to not do. When you have that feeling, that gut feeling that something is not right, trust that. That is God talking to you. Don't second guess yourself. And that's why we have to declutter and sometimes sit still with self, and so that we can have better discernment. But she could tell something wasn't right. And I don't know what she was doing with the boiling water or whatever the case is, but I think it's all spiritual because, she said she knew. I mean, he had a demon attached to him. Why isn't it a demon? He literally came in there with ill intention. Like I won't say that he came in there with ill intention, but he gave her, he didn't give her a chance. Like, y'all have to pull your guns out. You couldn't tase her. You don't have a taser. Like, it has to be a different process by 2024. We have to have a different way of doing things by this time. It's been too many tragedies to keep on making the same mistake. And so, I just believe that she picked up that he had a demon inside of him. And they will embody, regular people to try to take you out. I believe that that's what happened. And just his response kind of confirmed that for me. But what do we do now? Everything happens for a reason. Everything is a lesson. The lesson in this, for one, the police officers that are being hired across the world are just like anyone else, apparently, because they don't act any different that I've seen. There are good police officers out here, but there's a lot of cons about police officers. Like, you just can't trust them. And this is the reason why. So I feel like it should be better training at this point. They need to be put through psychological testing, or whatever, and monitored for a while, because it's just been, they have too much authority to not go through those tests, So I honestly think that it was spirit, a demonic spirit attached to him. I don't know how he responded afterwards. You know how some people can say, I don't know what overcame me. I just did what I did. And that's, they're being controlled. When you're in a low vibration, you can be attacked by demonic spirits. So that's why it's really good to surround yourself around high vibrational people and things, and make sure that you aren't engaging or in anything that will lower that. But I just feel like it's just really sad that she had to lose her life like that, and for him to have such, like, he had no empathy, like he just didn't care, and you could tell by the tone of his voice, and it's just really unfortunate, because these people have authority to be able to come in your home, if you call them, and you're expecting them to help you, and we can't trust them either. So it's sad, and that's just how I feel about it. My condolences goes out to the family, and I just hope that the training to become a police officer is changed. What is that process? Can we do psychological testing? Because we all go through things, police officers, they have a normal life at home. They have, they're married, they may have kids, they have their own situations going on, and then they have to go to work and show up for other people. So I just feel like the training to become a police officer needs to be reviewed, and something else needs to be done. Yeah, that is my thoughts. Let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments. Do you think that there was a demonic spirit attached to him? Do you believe in things like that? Do you agree that she felt something just wasn't right? I mean, she did say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. So I felt like she kind of picked up on it, and it brought out the demonic spirit. And unfortunately, he had more authority in that particular situation, and he used it, So I don't know. I'm not going to call no police officer. They are literally, before I pick up that phone, and I just really think about it, because I just feel like so many things can go wrong just because they have so much authority and they're so judgmental. I just don't want someone with that much authority judging me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Peace.